Hello friends and viewers. Today in this video I'm going to show you that how the COVID-19's mRNA vaccine will work inside of our body and give the ultimate immunity. As you see here that the COVID-19's mRNA vaccine has two components. The first one is the lipid nanoparticle. The second one is the spike protein's mRNA. The lipid nanoparticles are bilayer, which mimics our cell membrane, and the spike proteins mRNA are produced from the spike protein original coat and after modified a little bit. So these two are packaged as a whole unit, and then they will be administered with the syringe in our upper arm. After administration of this vaccine will be uptaken by at least three types of cells. The first one is the myocyte, which is called, or the fancy name of the muscle cell. The second one is the macrophages. Third one is the dendritic cell. The macrophage and the dendritic cell are considered as the professional antigen presenting cell. When any given particle from outside they can see inside of our body, they can uptake those particles and then they can present to other immune cell like the T cells. So here you can see an individual dendritic cell, and here also you can see that the lipid nanoparticle are going to be infused with the dendritic cell and releasing its inside's mRNA inside of the dendritic cell. And this dendritic cell and also the all of our body cells has the ribosome. The ribosome are the machinery that can produce the protein from the mRNA. So as usual, they will produce the spike protein from this messenger RNA or the mRNA. This type of antigen presenting cells are abundantly found in the muscle cells. So that's why in most of the cases the vaccine or like the flu shot are given in the muscle, that the antigen presenting cell can uptake a lots of antigen from the shot. When this dendritic cell can recognize that this is foreign protein, so this dendritic cell migrate from the muscle to nearby lymph node. The lymph node are some structure inside of our body and are located all over the body but concentrated in a definite parts of the body. Like these lymph node are called the axillary lymph node, and these lymph node are called apical lymph node. So this dendritic cell will home within this lymph node, and lymph node are the site to present this protein to T cell, because T cell are found in the lymph node, they are not in the muscle cell. So here you can see that this spike protein that is produced inside of the dendritic cell are later fragmented into pieces and then presented to some specific protein, two types of protein. The first one is the MHC1, the second one is the MHC2, and these two proteins have affinity for two types of T cell. The MHC1 has the affinity of cytotoxic T cell. MHC2 has the affinity of the helper T cell. So these two proteins separately present this peptide to the cytotoxic T cell and the helper T cell. And these two type of T cell have definite function down the road. When this cytotoxic T cell or the helper T cell see that this peptide fragment is foreign, so they become activated and then proliferate. That means they become activated and produce a lots of same type of helper T cell or cytotoxic T cell. Within this process, they also produce the memory cytotoxic T cell or the memory helper T cell. These cytotoxic T cell act on the infected cell, but since this time there is no infection because this came from the spike protein itself, there is no active virus. So ultimately this cytotoxic T cell will die afterward. But the memory cytotoxic T cell, they will be preserved inside of our body, as well as the memory helper T cell. But this time the activated or the proliferated helper T cell will go to the B cell, and in combined with the dendritic cell, this helper T cell will teach this B cell that a foreign particle or the protein has been found inside of the body and you need to be activated and produce the antibodies and produce the memory B cell. So with the help of the helper T cell, this B cell will proliferate. That means they will produce a lots of B cell which is specific for that spike protein, and they also switch their types of antibody. Because normally when there is no infection or no pathogenic protein, normally these B cell produce the IgM type of antibodies. But when helper T cell and the dendritic cell teach the B cell to become a activated B cell and also the memory B cell, they will switch from the IgM to IgG, because IgG is the long lasting antibody compared to the IgM. So this B cell will produce a lots of antibodies specific to the spike protein, also called the plasma cells. And some of the B cell become the memory B cell. So finally what will happen, these antibodies will be circulating inside of our body to patrol all of our body system, especially the mucosal site where there is a great chance that the virus be shown up later point. So these antibodies will be near the mucosal surface to protect the body when the real virus will come up. They will bind to the virus spike protein and inhibit the virus to bind with the mucosal cells. That will prevent the entry of the virus. And also the memory T cell and the B cell will be reside near the mucosa and all over the body. So when the real virus will come, these memory B cell, memory T cell and the circulating antibody all will jump to prevent the real virus. In this how, through the memory T cell, memory B cell and the existing antibodies, in real life virus will be prevented. However, for the perfect boosting of this memory B cell, T cell and the antibodies, a boosting dose is necessary, which is given for the second time after the first dose. And definitely we have to see that the Moderna's or the Pfizer's vaccine, how many days these antibodies and the memory B and T cell persist after the vaccination. If they persist for a long time, so they will give a long-lived immunity, and in future we do not need to take this vaccine multiple times or the second time. Hopefully you have understood that how the memory B cell, memory T cell are induced after the vaccine, and also the antibodies. Those will give the ultimate protection when the real virus will attack us. If you have understood the basic principle of the vaccination and the immunity, please like and subscribe and thumbs up the video. Thank you for watching.